broadcast. Let's see. It should pop up. Let's see. Oh, looks like it's working. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and get started here. Alright, so this, continuing on with my streaming of my hardcore Nuzlocke attempt of Pokemon Run and Bun. This is gonna be a pretty big stream today because I'm about to do the Lilicove rival fight. This fight is pretty crazy and difficult. I've been planning it for the past couple days, and I think after a bunch of planning, I do have what I think is the best plan that I can come up with. Unfortunately, unlike other people, it is neither deathless nor riskless. But I think I did my best to try to mitigate those risks as much as possible, but there's definitely chances that I can wipe in this fight. But I think I did my best to plan around with the box that I have. We'll do the fight, and hopefully if everything goes successfully, I'll be rewarded with a new encounter. But I need to get this first fight out of the way, so let me go and explain the team that I have here. So I got Togedemaru here, leading with a citrus berry. I got a Honchkrow holding a muscle band at 146 HP. I got Rabombi holding a life orb. I got a citrus berry on my Hariyama at 267 HP. I got my Golisopod at also 146 HP. And then I have my Talonflame holding a sharp beak. So basically the whole crux of this fight is trying to get a scenario where, because Talonflame is the only mon in my box that can outspeed and one-shot the Blaziken. If Talonflame is out and the Blaziken is switched in. If it switches in early and gets a speed raise, then it outspeeds everything on my team. So I had to figure out a line that makes that possible. So there are 3 points in this fight where things can go wrong, and I'm going to explain those as we go. But without further ado, I'm just going to go ahead and start this fight here. And hopefully I did everything planned successfully as much as I could. If things don't go well and I wipe, this is a really good attempt, my furthest so far, but I really hope we can continue from here. So let's go ahead and start this. Alright. Brandon would like to fight. Alright, so Brandon's gonna lead a Garchomp. And it has Stealth Rocks, which it wants to set up. But it'll always prioritize going for a fast kill over the Stealth Rock. So I'm making it so that it should never go for stealth rocks, it should only attack. So the first thing I need to do is I need to do a little bit of chip damage. So I'm going to start by faking out with Togedemaru first turn. The first few turns of the fight are pretty much guaranteed. It's a few turns in that things can get a little shaky. So this first couple of moves should be perfectly planned out. So I'm going to start with fake out. Do a little chip. I do take a little bit of rough skin damage, but that's all accounted for. So now Garchomp is gonna see that it outspeeds and kills with Earthquake. So I'm gonna switch in to my Honchkrow, which is immune to that Earthquake. Perfect. It didn't go for Stealth Rock, so now with Honchkrow out at 146 HP, Garchomp now always sees a fast kill with Dual Chop. So I'm going to use that to pivot into Ribombee, which is also immune to that attack. Good. So now, with a Life Orb and that little bit of chip from the fake outs, Life Orb boosted Moonblast always KOs. Perfect. Alright, so all that was pretty much guaranteed to happen. Now this is where the problems can start happening. Because the next Pokemon that's going to come in is Weavile. So this Weavile is also holding a Life Orb, so it does a ton of damage. It outspeeds almost everything in my party, including my Ribombee. And I need to figure out a way. The hard part of this fight was making sure that I don't bait in Blaziken early. So what I need to do now, Weavile always sees a kill with Triple Axle. Now, the move Triple Axle is a very interesting move because in this game, if you look at the documents, there's quite a few moves that the creator Dexa updated the accuracy on, so changing it from like 90% to 100%. Triple Axle is not one of those moves. So it has a 90% accuracy and it hits 3 times, each time ramping in damage, going from 20, 40 to 60 base power. So there's a lot of variability when it comes to this move because every move has a chance to miss, and each individual hit also has its own chance to crit. So what I need to do now is I need to switch in my Hariyama, and it needs to take 2 Triple Axles. And I need to get a scenario where I'm within a specific range of HP, so that when Machamp comes in, it always guarantees going for Dynamic Punch. Because of all of these factors and all the variability, there's a lot that can happen, right? You know, the first hit I can attack, but the second one can miss, causing the third one to also miss. Each move can also crit. So, what I ended up doing is I ended up simulating all of those factors in Python to try to figure out at what exact HP I need to be to have the highest probability of going within those health ranges. So, from doing those, I determined that I need to be at exactly 267 HP. This HP gives me the highest probability of successfully going within the HP range that I'm looking for. So, when I switch in, I should get hit by Triple Axle. There's 2 things that could be really bad. The first is if all 3 of the moves hit and they all get max roll crits. That would be bad, but that's very unlikely. And then for Hariyama to die, it would also need to get max roll crits on its second triple axle. The other thing that could happen is if it misses, or if it only gets the first hit of triple axle off. Those two scenarios would be pretty bad. The second one has a lot more of a likelihood to happen. So what needs to happen here is when I switch in, I need to take a specific amount of HP. But thankfully, I have a couple of fail safes here. So I'll explain that after I switch in. So I'm gonna switch in. Hopefully, it deals a good amount of damage to me. So I'm gonna switch Hariyama in here, and let's see how much damage it takes. Okay. So all 3 hits. So that brought me just below half. So now here's the tricky part. Because of the chance to miss, the worst thing that could happen here is if I KO with Brick Break, but Weavile misses. If that happens, I would be outside of the range where Dynamic Punch would KO. So there's a couple fail safes I could do. I could either go for Brick Break and hope that the move is effective. I need to be at exactly 147 HP or lower after KOing. What I could also do is if it seems like I'm going to take too little damage, I can instead go for close combat, which after taking that damage, my defense would go down by 1, guaranteeing me that I'd be in range of Dynamic Punch. But the problem is, I also need to be outside of range of Stone Edge. So if I lower my HP, my defense by 1, it bumps up the HP threshold from 49 to 88. So, based on the simulation, the first triple axle hit all 3 of its moves and brought me down below half. So I should be okay majority of the time, highest probability to go for Brick Break here. I need to hope that this second triple axle does enough damage to bring me below 147 HP. So, this is the really critical part. My HP does seem a little high, so it's a little nerve-wracking because at 225, on average, the lowest roll does 36. So if all 3 hit, I'll guarantee within range. Let me see if it gets 2 hits. If it gets only 2 hits, I will also be within range. That'll be below 141. Oh wait, no. I need a triple check here. Yeah, I need to be at below 147. So for this to work, the triple axle needs to land all 3 of its attacks. The problem is if I go for close combat now, I'm at a low enough HP where if all those 3 hits with max rolls, even if it's non-crit, I believe it'll bring me below 88 after the defense drop. So let me just triple check that as well. So 225, the max roll on average for Weavile is 44. So if it gets 3 max rolls, non-crit, I would be at 93. So if I do go for close combat, I would be outside of the range. The problem is if one of those crits. So this is really scary, but the simulation, I ran it multiple times. From the amount of damage that I took from the first triple axle, I'd be more likely to be successful going for Brick Break. So, this is the most crucial part. I need to get hit by all 3 of Triple Axel's hits this turn. So let's see if that happens. 1, 2, 3! Let's go. Okay. Okay. So it worked out. So now, with that amount of damage, after the Citrus Berry, Machamp comes in, and it'll always go for Dynamic Punch. It will never go for Stone Edge, and it'll never go for Substitute. So, at this position, I can now switch in to my Golisopod on the guaranteed Dynamic Punch. I'm at 146. This will always bring me below half, so that I will switch out. Confusion doesn't matter. So I emergency exit procs. I now have a free switch into my Honchkrow. And in this position, with a Muscle Band, Brave Bird outspeeds and one-shots Machamp. Okay. Okay, everything's going really well so far. So now, at this low HP, the next mon that should come in should always be Articuno. Because it always outspeeds and one-shots with Hurricane. Now, this turn also has some risk into it. Because, unfortunately, I couldn't figure out a way to deal with this Articuno without a sack. Because it does too much damage, and I don't have any Mons in my team that can 1v1 it. So, what I need to do is I need to let Honchkrow die, but get off a Sucker Punch first, dealing some damage to it before it gets KO'd. Now, here's the other risk that could happen. I need Sucker Punch to not KO Articuno, but I needed to hold a Muscle Band so that I could guarantee one-shot the Machamp. So, if this Sucker Punch crits 31.3% of the time, Sucker Punch will KO. I need Articuno not to get KO'd by Sucker Punch. If that happens, Blaziken comes in early. And that could pretty much wipe me from that point. So I need this Sucker Punch to do damage but not KO. There's a 2% chance that KOing can happen given the chance to crit and the chance for the specific rolls for it to KO. So I need to not see that 2% chance happening right here. Perfect. Okay. So, Honchkrow, you did your job. He gets KO'd. Now, with that Sucker Punch damage, I can bring in Talonflame. And with its sharp beak, I always outspeed and KO with Brave Bird. Okay. Everything's going perfectly planned so far. The recoil damage is also accounted for here. So now, because my Talonflame outspeeds and one-shots the Blaziken, Melmetal has to come in. So right now, highest damage Melmetal can do is Thunder Punch. I need to KO this Melmetal with my Talonflame so that I could chain the Blaziken. But right now, the Flare Blitz only does 40%. So I need to do some damage to it before I can take it out. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to switch into Togedemaru so that I can take some Iron Barb's chip plus the Fake Out plus the Spiky Shield. This is the third point where unluck can happen. Basically, if Togedemaru is going to guarantee take both a Thunder Punch and a double Iron Bash. If the Thunder Punch crits and is a max roll, and the 2 hits from double Iron Bash also a max roll crit, I could be within range to not only be dead to Body Press. I could be dead to double Iron Bash or some of the other moves. I need to guarantee Body Press. So I did the calculations. If this first Thunder Punch doesn't crit, I'm perfectly safe. Because even if the double Iron Bash gets the max roll crits, I would still be within range. So if I don't see a crit here, the rest of the line is perfectly fine. So let's just see not a crit here. So Thunder Punch. Okay. No crit. So we should be, at this point, perfectly fine. So what I'm going to do now is I need to basically chip this Melmetal down to where it can be within range of being KO'd by my Talonflame's Flare Blitz. So it just took some Iron Barb's chip. I'm going to Fake Out, do a little bit more. And then I'm going to Spiky Shield, doing even more. Yeah, so it always only sees Body Press. So now it'll keep going for Body Press. So I need Togedemaru to now take a double Iron Bash to do enough chip damage. So I'm going to switch in Rabombi, which is quad effective against the Body Press. And even if the Body Press were to get max roll crit, I would still only be within range of double Iron Bash. So I'm going to pivot to Rabombi. So Body Press goes off. Doesn't matter the damage here. Good. So now Melmetal should only go for double Iron Bash here. And Togedemaru will take both of those. Even if they both max roll crit, I am perfectly safe. So double Iron Bash. So because it's going to get hit twice, it's going to take, so crit, that's still accounted for. The 2 hits of Iron Barbs is going to take 25% more health off. Alright, so now, even with that crit, I'm still only within range of Body Press. So I'm going to now do a little bit more chip. I'm going to Fake Out again. Do a little bit more. Spiky Shield again. And now, with all of that chip damage done, Melmetal is now within range of being KO'd by Flare Blitz. So it's guaranteed to go for Body Press, which Talonflame can take. Even if the Body Press were to max roll crit, with the recoil from Brave Bird and Flare Blitz, I'll still always be fine. So I'm going to switch in Talonflame on the guaranteed Body Press. Perfect. Doesn't matter if this crits or not. Flame Body doesn't matter. So now, I can KO with Flare Blitz, and then immediately KO the Blaziken after it switches in, because I'll be faster than it. So Melmetal goes down. I take a little bit of chip damage, but that's all accounted for. And now, with a Sharp Beak, with Blaziken just being swapped in, I now guarantee outspeed and one-shot this Blaziken. And that's the fight. I'm so glad that went well. Thanks, Joe. Thanks for watching. Okay. Alright. Made it past that fight. Unfortunate about the Honchkrow sack, but you do what you gotta do to ensure victory in this case. So, Honchkrow, you were great on Tabitha, but unfortunately you were timid, minus attack 6, attack IV nature. So, your time is done. Alright, so now, thankfully now, since that fight is down, there's one more thing I could do. And I am now, I am gifted with the opportunity to have a chance for a Dreepy, which is one of the best Pokemon in the game. So I'm going to end my stream by going for that encounter. Coincidentally enough, the Honchkrow was a dupe as well for this next route. So it seems like a good trade-off here. Dreepy is only 10%, so it's not super likely. The other encounters without the Honchkrow would be Crobat, Noivern, and Ghastly. And based off from what I've seen, obviously Dreepy would be the best, and you wanted to have Infiltrator. If I don't get that, the next best thing would be Noivern with Infiltrator. After that, Crobat, and then after that, Ghastly. Apparently Ghastly and Gengar is not that good in this game, so if I get that, then that would be unfortunate, but I'm gonna go ahead and assemble a quick team here to be ready for those encounters. So let me get Gyarados here. I'll bring in Torterra. I'll bring Slowbro. And I think that's good. Oh, and then Ampharos. Alright, so the next route for this available counter is 122. And just to check, I think I need to go for surfing encounters. Let me just check that here. Let's see, what route 122? Yeah, I wanna surf, not fish. So let's see. Let me Oh, I need to heal my team. Take these items. Alright, and I'm gonna give a Lepa Berry to both, Slowbro, as well as, Torterra. Alright. And let's go see what this encounter is. If I am graced with a Dreepy, the rest of the game becomes a lot easier. If not, there's still another shot at the Dreepy in Mount Pyre. So let me just go ahead. Let me double check where Route 122 is. It should just be just ahead. No, it's not. Oh yeah, it's over. It's down below. So I can go. Which way do I need to go? I think it's down below the Safari Zone, I believe. Alright, so let's see. Yeah, let's see. Mount Pyre up here. Let's see. It should be below here. Just check. Right. Okay, yeah. So this is immediately Route 122. This is where I can get the encounter. So, again, we really hope for a Dreepy here. If I get a Dreepy, that'd be best case scenario. I'd be happy with a Noivern or a Crobat. Fast, other flying types would still be fine. I just don't want to see Ghastly. So, let's go in and see what we get here. And again, Honchkrow is a dupe, so if that pops up, I can reset. Okay, let's see. Crobat. That's fine. Yeah. Nothing bad with having a fast flying type. Crobat's usually pretty solid, so. Would have loved the Dreepy, but can't always get what you get. I mean, I have the Beedrill, so I'm already pretty good with good encounters. So let's just go for Quick Ball, see if it works. Perfect. That was easy. So, let's just go ahead and finish off by just checking the IVs on this guy. Wait, let me save actually, just in case anything happens. Alright. Let's see. Alright, let's check the IVs on this guy. It's guaranteed inner focus. Let's see, Lax. It's max defense, 23 speed, 0 attack, 0 HP. I mean, the defense is nice. It's good for switching on fighting types. Yeah, I'll take that. I think this is good. I could use a scale for the attack if I wanted to. Alright. I'll take it. Could definitely be a lot worse. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and end it there. Very satisfied with how things went, so I'll take a bit of a break until the next phase, because now I have to do Mount Pyre, which is also a very difficult part of this game. You never get a break. It's just one difficult fight after another. So, but I'll do some planning beforehand, and then after a little bit of time, I'll start streaming again. But thanks for everyone watching, and I'll see everyone next time.